All right. Belcom, it's you. Sorry to say, but our investigation regarding the Demon Palace's barrier, well, the key to breaking through the barrier of that wretched castle is the legendary flying steed, Pegasus. The Crown of Wisdom is currently searching for its whereabouts, but there's just one problem. According to this ancient book, the Pegasus and Hero of the Past did everything in their power to defeat the former Great Demon King. And that the Pegasus recovered from its wounds on the island of Athene, still slumbering to this day. Since the island was sealed by Nurgle's power, the surrounding waters have become too dangerous for any ships to approach. If there was another way to get there, then we might have some hope. You seem to be in distress. It's my best friend, Claus. You were together with Aunt Lucia when she returned to this world. Sorry about that. Nice to meet you, Lashenda. My name is Claus. I'm but a humble traveler. So you're Claus. I heard how you helped Aunt Lucia return here from the false Lenderzia. That's enough about me. I came to give you some useful information. I know a way to get to the island of Athene. Here. It's a Namekian ship. What is this? Southeast of here, there's a nest of flying dragons in a place called the Draklon Mountains. Did you know that? Flying dragons? Then this is a dragon's flute. Indeed, seems you already knew, so I have no need to explain. Do what you will with that information. I'll leave you to it. Claus, you always show up exactly when we need you. You're the best. Wait, where did you get this? The dragon's flute. I thought I'd never see one with my own eyes. The dragon's flute is a mystical instrument that can call forth a flying dragon to carry you through the skies. In ancient times, when the Nadravians still inhabited Astoltia, the art of making these flutes was lost to time. And then Claus just hands me one so nonchalantly. What an enigmatic man he is. At any rate, we now have even the tiniest glimmer of hope. If we can find a flying dragon, we can reach the island from the sky. I will have that drink, Ghastly. Thank you very much. Thanks for dropping it as well. Belcom, take this with you. Maybe you can actually beckon a dragon using it. Not that I doubt Claus, but it's a story from so long ago, I'm not sure what will happen. But will you still do it? Listen, I'll do anything. Don't worry, I got water too. I'm just having a little cider to start. But I always got my big boy water right beside me. Good. The Draklon Mountains are located in the Ravos Highlands to the south. I shall have arrangements made to open the gate. Well, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. Once there, find any clues you can on how to tame one of those flying dragons. I'll entrust this flute to you. I'm counting on you, Belcom. Belcom got the flute. There we go. I always forget I have to hit it one more time. There we go. My addiction to this game completely fired back up again. So I've been going really hardcore on it. Warbeard's up to 4.3 now. And I've been really working on powering him up. So I'm gonna work on Belcom too a bit, but like I said, he's gonna be mainly focused on story stuff, and the base story stuff isn't super duper challenging, so I don't have to like super grind to make him really strong. It's more, you know, kind of wherever I want to leave him kind of thing. If we start running into trouble, I'll work a little harder, but as he is, he's been going pretty good with his team. Well, yeah, it might actually just take me there. I don't know. Yeah, well. But I've been really enjoying the Guardian on Warbeard. I've been having a lot of fun playing Guardian again. I still think I'll end up doing Minstrel on him as well, but for now I've been really, really, really enjoying the Guardian. Yeah, it's like, it's not, they wanted people to be able to go through the story. So if you choose strong for the bosses, like some of the bosses will kick the hell out of you. Like, no joke. Some of them are actually like pretty brutal. But on average, the story's a lot easier than some of the other content in the game. This game has like really hard content. It's just, you know, if you choose to engage with it, which I have been a bit on Warbeard, but Belcrum, I'm just like, he's just a streaming story guy. Wow, how nice of you to come to such a remote place. Are you a traveler? Ah, Belcrum the Traveler, huh? Well, 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 I'm Wandala. Dragon Guardian. The Draklon Mountains is a place where the rare flying dragons live in packs. Dragon Guardians are the mountain guardians who watch over the dragons. We, the Dragon Guardians, have kept our promise to the Nadravians and have lived here for generation to generation, teaching them how to raise the dragons and how to live with them. Well, Nadravian and Dragon's Flute, which controlled the flying dragons, have long since disappeared. So, the Dragon Guardians are now only a formality. Yeah, it does help streamline it a bit. I still like a decent challenge. That's why I like this game, like all the story content, they give you 3 difficulties to choose from, and you know, you can do what you want. And there have been a few bosses that have wiped me out even on normal. So it's good. Like if you want to just walk through it, pick easy. If you want a decent challenge, normal, and then strong is really hit or miss. It's either like reasonable or it destroys you. So it could use a little more tuning that way, I guess, but it depends on the creature. Yeah, exactly. That's true too. What the hell? You brought a dragon's flute here? Malcolm showed Wandala the dragon's flute. The shape is just as I had heard. This must be a genuine Hanma's dragon's flute. Where in the world did you get this? Well, anyway, it turned out to be a hell of a thing. I might be able to take care of the flying dragon that's been my ancestors' long-cherished wish. In my generation, we've got to get our hands... Sorry, we got to get our heads in the game. I'll wait a bit. I'll gather my wits and recall the Dragon Guardian's teachings. Well. In order to tame the flying dragon, the first thing you must do is... I gotta play more of the Tales games. I've like barely touched any of them. Like I have a bunch of them, but I haven't played a lot of them. What's the last Tales game I played? It was the one where the guy was like Dwarven Vow. He would always say Dwarven Vows whenever he was talking about things. It was fun. It had a guy in a red coat. I think it was like 2004. It was a long time ago. Oh yeah, that's right. I just remembered. The first one is Dragon Peak. First, let's go to the Dragon Peak at the top of Mount Draculon and play the dragon's flute. Dragon Peak is a special place for flying dragons. Whenever a flying dragon is accompanied by a mate, it is customary to play the dragon's flute there to find the mate. Flying dragons who are attracted by the sound of the flute will recognize him as the master and come to him. I'm going to blow the whistle with all my might. But you never know what might happen on the way to Dragon Peak. Don't forget to be prepared. Yeah, like I have the newest one, the Tales of Arise, and I played like a little bit of it, but I never get around to it. I was actually meaning to try out that new like Grand Blue game that everybody's going on about, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But there's a demo of it, so it's like, oh, I should try out the demo. Oh, it's my favorite slimes. Actually, my favorite slime is Koopy. No, it's like a Tales game. This other one, I don't remember what it's called, but there's a demo on the PlayStation consoles that's coming out. Like it's out already. Everybody's already been playing it and talking about it. But it's like a third-person action game. It looks all right, but it also, I don't know, everybody's making a big deal of it, but it just looks like any other Tales game, so I'm like, I don't know. A lot of people are saying there's just so many characters, I guess, is the main thing. But I'm going to try it out for myself and see what I think of it. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm an old man. Things go over my head. Okay, well, there's only one way I can really go here. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't replace I left her in the party, so we'll see if double minstrel is feasible. If not, I will replace her with somebody else, because I'm the minstrel now. Yeah, it does look cool. So, we'll see. I was thinking about streaming it, but I was like, you know what? I've been doing a lot of extra streams lately. I'm gonna just get back to my normal stuff next week and maybe chill out. I was gonna stream yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out today. There's an egg here. That's cool. I meant to try out the new Valkyrie profile, because I really liked the Valkyrie profile games back in the day, but nobody seemed to like it, and then I was like, ah, whatever, and I just didn't bother to download the demo. See, that was my concern. I was like, is it like just Genshin Impact or all those other ones? Because like, I personally have no interest in those kinds of games, but apparently it is just like a standard like Tales sort of game, but it's got the multiplayer, which I'm cool with that. If you can do everything solo if you feel like it. Because I don't know anybody on PlayStation that I'm friends with that would play it. Like I've said before, most of my gaming friends just play like Call of Duty and crap like that, so I could hear something coming after me. You could always add me on PlayStation. Oh yeah, I'd have to get PlayStation Plus again. I got rid of it. I was like, I only ever play on my PC. So I was like, why am I giving Sony like $100 a year Canadian to play their games? So I shut it. I'd have to renew it if I ever do get it. Oh, you're not big on... Is that the fighting game? I haven't... I only like started looking into it the other day because like I heard like a lot of buzz about it and I was like, what is this game? So I started looking into it. And I was like, that looks cool, but I'm terrible at fighting games, so I didn't look at the fighting game at all. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, but it's like, you know, if you don't like the actual gameplay, sometimes that can carry it, though. It just kind of depends. I've had a few games where, like, the performance and the graphics and that aren't great, but the gameplay's managed to carry it through. All right, we're almost at the Dragon Peak. Yeah, see, that's the thing I don't like. Like, that's why you don't see me play a lot of multiplayer games, because, like, people are way too, like, weird about, like, competitive games now, and I don't have fun with it anymore. I'm like, geez. I just want to have, like, a good match and have fun. Like, because I used to, like, I was all about, like, Team Fortress 1. I was really into, like, Unreal Tournament, Tribes 2, Unreal Championship, Quake 3. And, like, now it's, like, people are so brutal. They get, like, really fucking angry if they lose. And they get really angry if you don't get angry when you lose. Like, I've had people in the past, like, try to, like, start a thing with me over voice chat. And I'm like, I don't care, man. I'm just playing to have fun. I don't give a shit if I win. And people don't like that. People, I've actually noticed, like, the last few years, gaming has gotten to the point where it's like, people hate it if you have fun. Like, they get mad at you. Like, why are you having fun when I don't like that? It's like, because we're different people. Belkram pulled out the dragon's flute. Belkram, play that boy. Oh, damn. Who is making such a terrible sound with that flute? He really didn't like it. Yeah, and like I said, they really hate it when you don't engage. I'm just like, somebody tries to get toxic with me, I literally just mute them and keep playing the game, and I'm like, whatever. And then they try to, like, private message you, and then you block them, and then they can't do anything, and they get so fucking upset, and it's actually kind of funny in its own way, to be honest with you. I haven't heard that sound in ages. What a terrible tone, though. Was it you who played that sound, Weddy? Disgusting that such a lowly Weddy has tried calling a flying dragon. I just wish people could just chill out and have fun, like... Back in the day when I was into all those arena shooters, like, it was just like GG's all around at the end of the game. You know, whoever won, it didn't matter. We'd just keep playing matches against the same people over and over again. And usually we would have the teams on shuffle. So it didn't matter. You'd constantly be rotating your teams and just having a good time. We proud dragons of the skies only beckon to the dragon people. And you shall pay with your foolishness for trespassing here. Show no mercy, my brethren. Oh, shit. They gave that guy some big boy teeth. Ugh. I'm going to do normal because if I lose, it's a really long walk back and I'm not into it. So. Private measure, he's fine. Yeah, it's so brutal. Like, it's ridiculous. People need to just, like, get over it and just have fun with video games again. It's not a job. You're not going to become famous. Nobody cares. Just play the game and shut your mouth. Or play the game and have fun and be positive. There's no need to get mad. I heard rumor that they're making a new Tribes game, and I'm, like, all about it. If they make that again, maybe I'll get back into shooters. Because I used to love Tribes too. Like, I was obsessed with it. this boy is going to be dead before long, so we won't go after him too much. So Tribes 2 was like a team-based multiplayer shooter, and it had vehicles. And the general like mode that I played a lot was like, oh, there'd be bases, so you would want to go and like shut down the enemy team's bases because then they couldn't spawn in more vehicles and stuff like that. But it was cool because it had this really neat mechanic where if you held down spacebar while you were on like a decline, you would actually ski. So you got into these like really cool movement situations where you would like cross the level super quickly because you'd be like skiing around while you're playing it. And it had like really neat weapons. Like it had this weapon that fired discs, but the discs like they had really weird physics to them. So you would have to aim them and they would kind of arc sideways because you're like skiing across the landscape while you're playing. But I was obsessive about that game. Like I played it constantly. And Team Fortress 1. I was like really into Team Fortress 1. Yeah, if you check out a YouTube video sometime of Tribes 2, like it's legit. He's blue, he's probably not weak to ice. Actually, that did alright damage to him. I gotta heal my buddies up a little bit though. We'll give him one more shot. He did. He's gonna be so mad that we defeated his friends. He'll be like, actually, you're pretty cool because you're strong. Such strength and from such a pitiful Weddy. How interesting. I've changed my mind about you. I will give you what you seek. However, your flute playing skills are quite poor. They will not beckon a fully grown dragon. A newborn dragon won't know any better, so it will most likely respond regardless of how terrible your playing sounds. This guy's being kind of a dick to me. Speak to the dragon god at the foot of the mountain. He will have what you desire. Never play that flute in these lands again. Your sound is deafeningly loud. He just had to get one last chirp in on his way out. I think there was a zoomstone thing at that guy's hut, and I forgot to bind it. I'm not walking all the way back down. Crimson, what's up? Crimson, I'm gonna need your help again. Because we're about to get our new best friend. I might need your help or else it's gonna be gibberish. There is a thing here. We're getting scales. Maybe I'll just call him Scales again. You gotta help me not make a fool of myself with his name. I think I get him in a minute, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's like here though. Alright, we'll talk to this boy. I don't remember the kanji or the other one. I'm embarrassed that I can never remember the names of those. Oh, well, Belcrum, something terrible happened while you were gone. Listen to this for a minute. Hiragana, that's it. That's what I was gonna say, but I thought it was wrong. Now I'm like, maybe I should just believe in myself. A few minutes ago, a huge white dragon flew down this way. And then he left this here in front of my hut. That's a big egg. I've never seen such a magnificent dragon before. Must have been the Dragon King. Why the heck is there a giant egg in my hut, I wonder? What? You're saying this egg is yours? Oh, I see. So when you played your flute at the Dragon Peak, the Dragon King showed up himself. And then he said he'd give you this newborn dragon. Then I came in here and found this egg. This is nuts. A dragon giving out one of its eggs is unheard of. And from the Dragon King, no less. Oh, delicious. Thank you. Well, anyways, if that's really the case, then we better get this thing hatched. Wait just a minute. Let me just rack my brain so I can remember. How to hatch a dragon's egg. Oh, right, I got it. You need dragon... Oh, no, never mind. It's going to be a few more minutes. All right, I got it. You need dragon stones to hatch them. Listen up. Me and the other dragon guard used to use a stone called dragon stone to hatch the dragon eggs. They're powerful stones that contain the essence of a dragon's flame. You can find them scattered around these mountains. However, just one won't be enough. Check the shiny spots around the mountain and get 5 of them for me. I'll be waiting for you outside. Come see me once again. Sorry, come see me again once you found 5 dragon stones. Dragon stones. There's something quite suspicious about those 7 stones. It's suspicious. I don't remember the words. I like the second intro they did for Dragon Ball Z. That was the best one. I think there's one down here. Is there one down here? Those are free-range eggs. I feel like dragons wouldn't lay free-range eggs. Sketch. No worries, I completely understand. Been a long day. I started streaming late because I was like, I'm gonna make some delicious beef stew today, and then I forgot how long it actually takes to make stew because it has to simmer for so long, and then I had a really late dinner. I thought there was one like down here. First floor, C6. I feel like I am. I've been having sleeping issues for so long that I don't know. I don't even feel like myself most days anymore. I'm too tired. It doesn't make any damn sense. I have to go up to level 2. All right. Let's go. I just want to play Unreal Championship 2 again. But I bet the servers no longer exist. Long gone. We gotta go level 2. You know, it would have been cool if he told me that the Dragonstones the first time I went up the mountain is that I could have gotten them when I was on my way to the top. Now I just feel like I'm being laughed at. I've got to get Belcrum a cooler outfit, though. He looks like an idiot. I don't know why they like to give every single thing for Minstrel these stupid, like, tapered jackets with a belt. but I'm not into it. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up bad. All right, one sec. Now I know what I did wrong. I got to take that other path. That's what I did wrong. One sec. Just a mo. Also, I gotta make sure I actually sit down and do some farming in Mother 3. Oh, because I just remembered I said I was gonna farm up the money and get the new armor from that area we left off on in the game, so I gotta get that done as well. But that shouldn't take too long. That should be like maybe half an hour. So I'll make sure I do that before Monday's stream. And then we'll get back at Mother 3. I'm gonna have to watch the tail end of the last stream of that to remember exactly where I left off, though. There it is. Ooh, I thought it was gonna crash. What? Oh. The surfboard finally. Ooh. First floor. I knew there'd be treasure down here. Dead ends always have treasure. I tell you this much, though, the game doesn't like to give up those jewels very much. I was trying to get one of the Guardian jewels. Dear God, I killed 200 of the enemy, more than 200 before I finally got it. Luckily, like, the thing went down, like, really quick, so, like, 200 sounds like it is a lot, but it didn't take a long time, but I was still not into it. The only thing I don't like about MMOs, like, the drop rates are so abysmal. Like, just give me the thing. You don't have to make it drop in, like, 2 minutes, but, like, don't waste my life on it. Like, just give it to me. But I couldn't leave it behind. It was a 12% increase to my ability. It's too powerful. Get stone over here. Leave me alone, you foolish bird. Now you're gonna die. Because you've enraged me. Really? They caught me unawares too? Come on. Said there's one. Where is it? I missed the one down here. There we go. Okay, and this time we do not go behind the waterfall. We'll just keep going. Yeah, the dragon mountains are really cool looking. It's one of the neater. It's a little bit. It's not the like easiest place to traverse around, but it looks really cool. And there's dragons everywhere in these things. Armadillo triceratons. Well, they're not triceratops. They don't have 3 horns. I don't like these buff dragons, though. They're a little off-putting. They're too terrifying, like. I feel like they don't even need their claws to beat me up. Okay, there should be one here. There we go. And then one more up here. Yeah, I still gotta check and see like what kind of like packages they have for version 7. I don't usually care about like grabbing like special editions, but if I like the game enough, I will definitely do stuff like that. Plus, if they give you something cool. I feel like they'll give you something cool. It's the final expansion. They got it. Well, Belcrum, from the looks of it, it seems that you've acquired the Dragon Stones. I thought it was about time. Well then, please hand over the 5 Dragon Stones you brought. Alright, now we're ready. I'll bring the eggs and try to catch them right away. I'll bring the stones and try to hatch it right away. I'll bring the egg. Never mind, it just pluralized it. Sorry. Dragons are temperamental creatures. They often fight with each other and scare their opponents by breathing fire. That's cool. Go. Dragon stones are stones that have formed by heat for decades, even centuries. They remind the newborn of its mother. Yes, scales, come, my brother. That's not all they can do. Dragon eggs heated by dragon stones will cause the dragon inside to grow quite quickly. Right on cue, look, it's hatching. Your egg's hatching. Yeah, but he's gonna be terrible looking. Because they don't give them cool colors and you gotta dye them, which seems mean. Actually, white's he's kind of cool looking, never mind. I like my purple dragon, though. Like, oh no, I can't see. Oh, there you go, buddy. Yes, I'm your mother. Love me forever and obey me. There you go. He's too friendly. Oh, it seems that they've already realized you're its parent, your own flying dragon. I heard that a dragon born from dragon stones is already capable of having a rider. Now you can fly around in the sky. Before that, let's give them a name, and make sure to give them a name that truly fits. Something cool, maybe. Your name's gonna be Scales. I don't know what did it put in on its own? Well, I'm changing it anyway. Nobody controls Warbeard. It was like that. And then it was like this. And then it was this one. I did it. I'm the best. Yes. Malcolm named the flying dragon Rock. Ah, so you chose Scales. It's got a nice ring to it. You sure got a knack for choosing names? Of course I do. Hear that? From this day forward, your name will be Scales. Like, I love it. Thank you, Father. Oh, that's adorable. He used the fire to get up high. I wish he did that when you're riding him. That'd be so cool. Papa, what a spirited young dragon. Be born so suddenly and soar around like that. And now for the hard part. They say practice makes perfect. So, first thing you'll want to do is use that flute of yours. Play your flute and Scales will come. Blow it with confidence. Also, there are many more techniques we dragon guards are handed down than just hatching eggs. Good luck out there while you're learning how to ride. When you think you got it, come and see me again. So go ahead and call Scales using the flute and your key items. I'll be waiting from here. Yeah, I'm not doing it for the key items. That takes too long. We'll make a shortcut, brother. Boo, boo, boo. No, I didn't want to do this. How do you erase them? Can you not erase them? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Fine, I'll use a different one. Oh, I'm an idiot. You have to do this. I always forget about this whole thing because I think it's weird that you can't just do it from that menu. Okay, we're going to switch that to a key item, and we're going to make it the Dragon's Flute. There we go. Confirm. I still think it's weird that you can't just, like, click one of these empty ones and hit a button, but whatever. Let's call Scales. I wonder what color I should make new Scales. There he is. See, he loves my flute playing. He's all about it. Oh, it's so beautiful. LB button can be used to stop the flying dragon once or to make it fly again, blah, blah. L3. That guy wanted me to talk to him again, right? That's so cool. All right, let's go see that guy again, and then we'll head back. Welcome, you've got Scales under control now, huh? Yeah, I do. He's my best friend. And my son. Ah, I see Scales is your precious partner. Raise them with love. The other techniques handed down in the Dragon Guardianship. Do your best and remember them. Come back after a while. No, I know. I'm gonna... Fine. No, I don't need you to tell me to do it. I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna go back to Lucinda then. Maybe I have to finish this part of the quest because I want to change his color. Maybe we'll make him like a nice blue color because he's a Weddy. Well, he's a Weddy's like dragon friend. Up, Sage's office. Scales always seems to know just exactly what he needs to do to help us out. He's a true best friend. Ah, Belcrum, you're back. Heard from Lucinda that you were trying to find a flying dragon so you could fly to the island of Athene. Trying, I succeeded with flying colors. Well, Belcrum, were you able to find a flying dragon? Yes, I was. Deal with that. I see. So you received a flying dragon under the guidance of a giant white dragon who appeared at a place called Dragon's Peak. What an incredible story. It seems that what Claus brought us really was a dragon's flute after all. Anyways, you've done well once again. Please accept this reward for your efforts. We got it. We're now ready to fly to the island of Athene where the legendary Pegasus still sleeps. The island is right in the middle of Lendurzia's inland sea. We don't have much information to go off of right now, but I'm certain you'll find the Pegasus. We're all counting on you. How amazing it must be to be able to ride a dragon through the skies. Finally, the decisive battle with the Great Demon King is almost upon us. I know you'll find the Pegasus. You can do it. I'll do anything for you, Aunt Lucia. You and I are bros for life. Alright, one sec. Yeah, okay, so now I can go there. Alright, I just had to finish the quest. Ride the flying dragon to Athene. I'll deal with the World of Innkeepers later, that's fine. One sec, I do want to see. I wonder what they wanted, actually. One moment, sorry. Okay, there we go. Right, let's go see that guy just one more time and then I'll get on with it. I just want to see what colors we can make my boy Scales. I feel like we should give him like an ocean color because we're a Weddy. But I'll also base it on how expensive the dye is, because some of the dyes are incredibly overpriced in this game. Well, Belcrum, how nice of you to show up since we parted ways. I've been thinking about some of the techniques passed down in the Dragon Guardians tradition. First, there's a coloring technique that allows you to freely change the color of the dragon born to your liking. And then, what was it? Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. You can also make up goods for your flying dragon. You can replace the goods you've made, so please, bring in all the necessary materials you need. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please take a look at the explanation. Yeah, let's check this out. Actually, like, what do you need to, like, get these? Are they expensive? Okay, so it's like happy heart. I'm gonna have to look up, I don't know where happy hearts come from. That's kind of adorable, but I also like the idea. Okay, that's kind of rad. The mecha mask does make him look kind of badass too. And since he's a prince, we could get him a crown. Anyways, I'll figure that stuff out later, but I just want to see. You can give him, like, robot wings? That's cool. That's foolish. See, I like that. That's kind of cool, too, but it makes him look dangerous. Actually, it looks like that... Heck, was that one boss in Final Fantasy XIV in the Binding Coil of Bahamut? I don't remember. Whatever. There was a boss in the Binding Coil of Bahamut in Final Fantasy XIV. And he had a tail kind of like that. Let's see what the coloring cost is. Okay, so let's see what kind of, like, blue. That's nice right off the bat. Nice mint blue. You got a sea foam? Huh. I kind of like that, actually, to be real. Ice blue is nice as well. Ooh, a sea green. That's probably so expensive. All right, one sec. It actually looks good with the white stomach, so like I would leave the stomach alone. Let's see how much the sea green one is. I bet it's incredibly expensive. All of the light, if it's like a really, well, actually the flat colors seem to be really pricey. Like black is just like insanely overpriced. Like I usually just use gray because black is way too expensive. Let's see here. Items, dyeing items. Let's see, sea green. It's not terrible. We'll do it. If it's for scales, I'll spend the 25 Gs. But yeah, just for an example, actually. I watch it's like not expensive anymore, but one time I was like, oh, I want to dye something black. And so I looked up just black, and where is it? So jet black. It's 37,000 for one, and you need 10 to dye most items. Like, it's ridiculous. 390,000, and that's just to dye one dye slot. Like, if you wanted to dye, like, your entire outfit black, that's, like, 5 dye slots, so you're out, like, a couple milli. So, like, I'm not into that. I guess there's, like, things you can buy off of the cash shop for it, but I'm not paying for colors. That's not what I'm about. Although, they do give you these shop points every now and again. There's, like, an NPC in Magistra so you can talk to. And they'll, like, give you, like, credit for the shop. And it adds up. So, you know, it all depends. All right, let's see this sea green. Where is it? There we go. Now Scales is going to be so beautiful. And we'll go to the island of Athena in style. I got to find out how to get those happy hearts. Scales, you look great. Yeah, that fits. That looks really good. Yeah, actually, like, I don't need to touch the bottom half. That looks great. All right. We're finally going back home after all these years. Probably not going to be beautiful here, though. Yeah, it's pretty rough. There's my house. That's where we started this whole game. And there's Flower the pig. The Galapagod. I knew you would eventually show up if I waited here. It's my friend Scales. No, it's not Scales, sorry, it's Claus. Probably didn't know that this place is used to protect the Galapagod in case something happens to the village, did you? If you've come here, then that can only mean you found a flying dragon. Congratulations on your success, Belcro. I know what you're here for. You're looking for the Pegasus, aren't you? The legendary celestial horse who's said to be sleeping here. The Galapagod is actually the Pegasus. You know what? He does have a horn. Having lost its strength in battles of the past, the Pegasus took on this form to survive. It slept deeply ever since. The Galapagod needs a Tens flower to regain its strength and its true form. The flowers that once bloomed in that cave have been burned to ash, but I'm sure you can find new flowers somewhere. I reckon we must find a Tens flower. The key to finding them is somewhere on this island. Oh, Nalbia. Okay. Let's get Scales going again. Flying mounts are pretty cool in this game. It's not like, what was it, like WoW and Final Fantasy, though, where you, like, are in the same, like, it's like an instance thing above and then you have to load in, but I don't know, for the time, I think it's pretty cool. Go to Nalbia. Actually, I should double check too, because while I probably won't be streaming this again until at least next Friday or Saturday, depending. But, never mind. It's just something I need to check, but it's nothing that needs to be talked about. So how we doing? Oh, we'll hit up the inn since we're here. I'm excited to get back to, like, Mother 3 and 3 Ultimate, because it's been like a while since we played 3 Ultimate. I feel bad. It's been like 3 or so weeks since we last played 3 Ultimate, so I'll make sure we get back to that playthrough this week. Hopefully nothing happens, because like Wednesdays are always really hit or miss for my stream schedule. It's kind of a nightmare, but best intentions, we will get back to 3 Ultimate this week. And then Frontier, like I said, I'm not sure what I want to do in that right now. I guess I could work towards my new set and maybe, you know, do some more caravan quests and my missions and stuff like, well, it's Monster Hunter. We'll just hunt some monsters. Who cares? It's all progress at the end of the day. All right. I like this place. This place looks really cool. Apparently, I heard from somebody that this is a good place to farm for fortune teller cards or something like that. There's like a reason that it's good to come here for that. I don't remember what they said. This was like when I first started playing the game and I was looking at all the vocations. I remember somebody mentioning this specific area with like the swirly beach. But I can't remember why. It's just, maybe it's just the monsters here are good for like building up cards or something. But there's also a raid in that tree. Hey, you don't look like you're from around here. I really can't believe you came all this way. You're one of them debt collectors, ain't ya? I know one when I see one. You can ask me as many times as you want about where they are. I have no clue. Something hasn't been here in forever. We haven't kept in touch either. What's with the dumb look on your face? You're not one of them debt collectors, are you? No, I'm not. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, Mirage, thanks a lot for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. How you doing? How you enjoying your villain chair? Huh, so you're not a debt collector then. You don't look like one if you ask me. What in blazes are you doing here? Just who in the hell are you? That's good. I'm glad to hear it. I broke down. They got me. I spent money on the cash shop and I got that train motorcycle because I needed it. But I had shop points, so I only had to pay $4 Canadian. So I was like, that's not bad. Oh yeah, you're very welcome. I'm glad you like it. You're called Belcrum, Belcrum. I've heard that name before. Oh, like the hoodie? The hoodie? Is it the hoodie? Because the hoodie's really cool. Anyways, don't just barge into people's houses uninvited. You got that? This guy is unfriendly. Okay, yeah, the hoodie's so cool. I had a dwarven dude who was wearing it in my party earlier this week, and I was like, that's such a cool hoodie. All right, you have good taste then, Mirage. I feel like I just talked to him again, right? I just talked to him again. Don't go around on people's property when you don't have any business there. You could be mistaken for a debt collector. By the way, Malcolm sounds like a name I've heard before. Are you one of She's relatives? Shay's, maybe? Oh, you bought a house too? Right. Which neighborhood did you decide to go into? I knew it, so it was as I thought. I've been waiting for his relatives to come. I'm Isho, an ex-alchemist who took care of Sia, who'd fallen ill and had nowhere to return to, by letting her live in my house out of the goodness of my heart. I gave her an alchemy pot and raised her to be a top alchemist. Traversing the genders again. But as soon as she became a top alchemist, she sold my house in Nalbia town, took my precious daughter and went away. And a hitman-like debt collector came to ask about the whereabouts of Shay. You know what? You know what they say about repaying a favor, right? If you're really a part of the Shear family, you're gonna have to pay me for the trouble. Rainbow Scissors, Rainbow Agate will make up for it. Okay, no, that's cool. I did Orphea, but I didn't want to be in the Candyland, but I really like the layout of the town and I'm boring, so I did it that way. But the Aslan place is really cool. The dwarf place, I really wanted it to be nice, but it's kind of... The dwarven ones are kind of bland. They're just like rocks. But the other ones are all really nice, so... Dwarves kind of got out of luck on this game. Heard she's in Jira Jungle or something. I will undertake your quest. Ah, you're gonna do it? That's cool. I'll admit, you have a sense of responsibility. Rainbow Agate is rare and precious gemstone. Well, let's see if you can really pull this off. I think the easiest way to get this would be to go to Alahagiro. Do I still have a thing there? No, I got rid of it. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go to... No, never mind. I still have it. Sorry. My bad. It's gonna be weird, like, going back to my other games after streaming this all week. I don't think I've ever focused on one game in the entirety of the time I've been streaming. I always kind of alternate my days. It's been kind of fun, though.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you very much, Crimson. I appreciate it. I've been like really hooked. I've been playing Warbeard a lot more now. I got to get back to my retro games and my Monster Hunter. So I think maybe what I'll do, because people seem to like the Dragon Quest X playthrough. Maybe what I'll do is like whatever week the 10th lands on each month, we'll just make that a full week of Dragon Quest. Because then that's 3 weeks of Monster Hunter and everything else that I do. So I feel like that's good. And then we'll just have like one song, because this is a long game. And just doing it every now and again is going to take forever to get through it. Maybe that's a good idea. I'm really excited, but I'm a little apprehensive. I have something coming from eBay. And I hope, God, I hope it is, one, a good copy in good condition. It looks like it is. And two, it shows up. Because the last thing I ordered off of the internet, my mailman said he delivered it, and then it's not in my mailbox. And Canada Post decided to be like, oh, you have to get a hold of the sender because we're useless and we can't investigate, when the mailman obviously stole it. But anyway, I'm going to stop bitching about that, but that's a whole other thing. But I found a copy for like a decent deal that looked to be in really good condition of Breath of Fire 4 on PS1, and I've been trying to like find a good copy of that forever. So I'm really hoping when it shows up that it's like legit. It should be. The person I bought it from, I bought games from before, so it should be all good. It's just if the disc is in as good a condition as it looks like. Just speaking of dragon. Alright, it should just be those bug boys that drop this thing. Thought there'd be more of them here, but there's not. Maybe they're at the other end. I swear they're down here, though. But it's all Yetis. It's one of my favorite areas in the game, though. It's so cool. Crimson, yes! Do it! I told you, anytime, I'll come questing with you. Just let me know. Here's another one. I need you to drop this quickly, my friend, because if there's only one here, it's going to take a while. I don't want to waste magic, but there we go. He's got it. No dice. I got the Technicolor Dreamcoat, though. But yeah, I was thinking, like... I don't know, though, because, like, I have Breath of Fire 3, so I was like, okay, if we do retro playthroughs, but they're not, like, connected. It's kind of like Final Fantasy rules, but, like... I was like, oh, maybe I should put it up to a vote and make Breath of Fire 4 one of the games. Because, like, until I resolve this, the thing that went missing out of my mailbox... Oh, yeah, for sure. Thanks again for dropping in, Mirage. I really appreciate it. I might have to change the order of the playthroughs because the thing that went missing out of my mailbox, which is funny because the mailboxes are locked, and there was no sign of tampering, so how did the mailman deliver it and it's not in there? But anyway, I'm gonna stop roasting the mailman. But anyway, the thing that went missing is my N64 memory card. So we can't do Mystical Ninja until I get the memory card. So now I gotta like try to sort things out with the sender and see if they'll do something, because Canada Post doesn't want to do anything. It doesn't make sense, but like the thing is, Crimson, so they stopped doing door-to-door mail in Canada, at least in Ontario. So on every block there's these like really big steel mailboxes, and everybody has their own like key-locked mailbox. And so the mailman said, like it literally says on the tracking that they put it in the mailbox. And I checked the mail literally 5 minutes after it said that it was delivered, and it wasn't in there. So I'm like, where is it? Who else? Who could have broken into my mailbox and taken it that quickly? And like it would have been from a company called, the envelope literally would have just said 4-layer technology. Like you'd have no idea what's in it. But yeah, like I'm really mad about it because it was expensive. So, and like my girlfriend's mom bought it for me for Christmas. And like, so now I'm like extra mad because like she's out that money, which is not cool. And it was really nice of her to get it for me. So I got a hold of Canada Post and they're like, oh, like we'll investigate it. And then they like never got back to me. So I got a hold of them 2 days ago and they're like, oh, like you're gonna have to get a hold of the manufacturer. I'm like, okay, but like, how did you not know where it was? I don't know. Like extra angry about it. I've never had mail go missing before, so I'm like super pissed off about it. And like what's what's the sender supposed to do? Send me another one? Like, why would he do that? It was delivered. He did his end of the bargain. So I feel like I'm gonna put in a formal complaint with Canada Post about it, but like that's not gonna do anything. It's owned by the government, they don't care. We're going back to that island. I have to go back to the real lenders, yeah. But anyway, that was a really long story of saying, yeah, so now I don't know what to stream after Mother 3. Because I don't know if I'm going to get this sorted out in time. And it was really cool, too. They even matched it to the Atomic Purple N64 controller. These are like, they're like a modern N64 thing. So, not really. Some of them do, but like not really. Yeah, like it's like such a cool little thing. What it is because like normal N64 memory cards, the batteries are going on them. These new ones are like a solid state thing that's made by this company, but they fit into the original manufactured everything. They even use the same colored plastic and everything. So it literally matches up perfectly, shape, size, everything. To like the old school, like Atomic Purple N64 memory cards. And I was like, yeah, it's so cool. So if I ever get it sorted out, I'll post a picture of it. Not that anybody cares because it's just a little square, but still. Look at how beautiful Scales is, Crimson. That's $23,000 I've ever spent. I was actually really worried my power was gonna go. We've been having like real bad snowstorms here the last 2 days. I like started charging up all of my like emergency lanterns, which is like such a stupid time to do it. But I was like, oh shit, I need to charge up my emergency lanterns and stuff like that because if the power goes out, because like what is it? Whatever my hydro company's called, I can't remember what it's called. Hydro One, whatever it's called. They sent me a text message and like, just so you know, the power might go out. You better be careful. But it's like, you should always have that stuff charged. But I only ever remember to check on them when there's like a warning about a power outage. So it's been good so far. There's been like some blinks, but everything stayed on. So it's been all right. Does he have a bind point outside of his house? Oh, the game probably would have teleported me there. Oh, well, whatever. We're already here. We don't need to always teleport. He's gonna be so happy that I got him. Actually, one second. I want to try something. That kind of looks... I don't know. It can't look like a demon swordsman. Oh, it's the pants that are making it like a furled top. Okay, well that makes more sense. It doesn't look very minstrel-like. That kind of does, but it actually kind of matches. All right. All right, do I have any pants or boots that kind of look okay? We're not doing that. Awful, terrible. You know what? I can live with this because it looks a little bit better. I really don't like the flare. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I don't like the flared out pants that he's, or the flared out like shirts he's wearing. It bothers me. All right, there we go. We're good because I'm a fussy old woman. You know what? Men can be fussy too. I shouldn't say it like that. How's that, Belcrum? You said we're Shay's people or something. Did you get the rainbow agate? Hey, you can have it, buddy. Oh my god, you really did it. No stranger would go through all that trouble to get a rainbow agate. You really are Shay's family, aren't you? My intuition is dulled. Come to think of it, I think Shay was talking about you. Malcolm is coming someday or something. I'll keep the rainbow agate as promised, but I'll give you this to repay you for me doubting you. Here, take it. A green orb. It's true that I was annoyed by the debt collectors pestering me, but I'm not as mad as I should be. I was also angry when they sold the house, but I gave that house to Shay when she became a top alchemist. That debt collector with the Irizumi in his forehead, he was a real pain in the ass. I tried to find out if you really are a relative of Shay's, but the fact that you don't know where she is, that's the truth. But it's true, I don't know where she is. Shay and my daughter, Lyriel, left the island and crossed the ocean about 60 years ago. I haven't seen or heard from them since then. I wonder if they're still going strong. I want to follow their footsteps. I can tell you what I know. Talk to me when you're ready to listen. I'm ready to listen instantaneously. There's also a book over there, glowing purple. I'm going to check that out in a minute. Ah, Belcrum. I should have told you what I know about the Trail of the Shay. Jeez Louise. I haven't been in touch with them since they sold my house without my permission and left without telling me. But I could go down at any moment. You coming here must be a sign. I just want to get in touch with them one last time. It's been 60 years since we parted ways. I don't have much in the way of leads, but maybe you can help me find them. And if you see my daughter Lyriel, something I want you to give her, Belcrum. Please, I'm begging you. Of course I'll help you, sir, that I've just met. You seem like a nice guy. Alright, you'll do it? Thank you, Belcrum. But I need you to take this. You give this to Lyriel, she'll understand that it's a gift from me. Alright. About 60 years ago, Lyriel and her friends left the island without a word. My old friend Flasco was able to convince me otherwise. They crossed the ocean with Flasco, who lives in downtown Grand Zadora Castle. It was a long time ago, and I don't think they're still there. But if you go to the Grand Zadora Castle house and ask around, maybe you can find out something. My gut tells me you can find them, Belcrum. You're up to the task. All right. Okay, what's this doing? Wandering Alchemist Volume 2 on the shelf. Oh, okay. This kind of looks like something a minstrel would wear, to be honest with you. All right, let's boogie. You know what? I keep forgetting to add people to friend. Well, I guess I kind of just been soloing on Belcrum, but I keep forgetting to add people as friends on Belcrum. Everybody's on old Warbeard. I can have friends on the internet, Crimson. I can. Because I'm a nice person. I feel like if anybody can make friends on the internet, it might be me. And maybe, just maybe, they'll even be meaningful friends. And we'll go to each other's weddings, even though we're all really far apart. Okay, we're going too far. Alba. As soon as I breathed in to talk, I had to cough, sorry. Did someone named Isode ask you to find someone for him? If you're looking for Flask, he was my grandfather. But he passed away a long time ago. Miss Lyriel and Miss Shay. I've never heard of them. How many decades ago are we talking about? I wonder if that's what you're talking about 60 years ago, when Kafriz fever broke out in this town, there was an alchemist who made a potion that saved my mother's life. I think she saved my mother's life. For more information, please visit my mother, Daira, who moved to Naubia Town. Naubia Town was located on a small island in the center of Lenderzia. It's a popular resort town at the time. Oh, okay. I literally just gotta go back. So when I do have a wedding eventually, I had friends that got married a few years ago. They rented like this cool manor house in Toronto, and they had people going around with silver platters, like giving out sliders. And I was like, that's the coolest shit ever. And I want that. And another friend of mine had like just like this cool barbecue food truck for their wedding. And I was like, that's pretty rad too. I think that kind of stuff is more fun. And then at like 2 in the morning, she just ordered a shit ton of pizza to the church hall. And it was really cool. It's probably not Thomas. There she is. What did you say? I can't hear what you're saying at all. You're all speaking too quietly. Oh no, she's old. Thomas, help me. I can't deal with her. She's too old. Do you have a question for my wife? Never mind, I thought maybe that was her son. Do you have a question for my wife, Dyra? Dyra is in a bit of a pickle right now. I hope you have a bendy branch. If you have a bendy branch, would you mind bringing it with you? Then I'm sure you can hear from my wife. You know what? I don't think I do. Definitely don't. Okay, give me... What? Oh, here we go. There's a thick book titled The Wandering Alchemist Volume 1 on the shelf. This book is going to take quite a while to read. Would you like to read it now? You know what? I'll read that some other time. I'll find out if it's, like, interesting, and then I'll come back here sometime and we can read it. Like, if it's, like, some long-winded thing that doesn't really serve a purpose, I won't bother with it. Okay, bendy branch. We'll just grab one from the trader. How much could a branch possibly cost? Let's see. Item bag, probably material, plant. Waterwood. I don't think it's that. Oh, it's lit. Okay, sometimes when they say in the quest isn't what it is at the auction house, but this time it actually was. Okay, perfect. 15 bucks. Thank you very much. What's she gonna do? Jam it in her ear? Ah, what did you say? I can't hear what you're saying at all. You're all speaking too quietly. Yes, please, I will give her this bendy branch. Can you give this to me? I haven't used it since the last one broke. If you'll excuse me for a moment. Is she gonna jam it in her ear? To my surprise, Dyra used the bendy branch as an earbud. How? How did she do this? Ah, I feel so... She's... Ew, okay, she picked at her earwax. I feel so refreshed. Earwaxing is best done with a bendy branch, isn't it? I can hear the sounds around me, and I don't like it. You know what? The reason I've had trouble hearing is because I haven't been cleaning my ears. And you? Oh, you want to hear about Lyriel and Shay? Those names mean something to me. They came to Gran Zadora when I was 5 years old, when the Kafriz fever was sweeping through town. Seeing the situation, those two worked brilliantly together. Together all the ingredients and saved us from suffering by refining the Kafriz fever medicine. My father knew Lyriel. He invited her to live with us and helped her with her botanical research. But then the suspicious men's sunglasses showed up, and Lyriel and her friends left. I don't know where they are now. They sent me a letter once a long time ago, but I don't know where they went. Maybe you can ask my husband about it. I understand you're looking for Miss Shay and Miss Lyriel. My wife has told me a bit about them. Men's sunglasses with its Irizumi in its forehead interfered with Miss Shay's research and even tried to kill her. But the matter seems to have been settled. I read that in a letter Lyriel gave me a long time ago. There were some beautiful photographs in the box, and I still have the one I liked, but I don't know where in Lenderzia it was taken. I think the letter said it was an island somewhere in Lenderzia, and I can't recall the name of the place. I'm sorry if you don't mind. I'd like you to take a look at a copy of the letter. It's on the shelf next to my bed. Isn't that the, like... No, it's not. Oh. Okay, we know where it is. Scales, can you fit in here? Can you imagine it's like zoom and Scales just like bounces off the buildings? Alright, let's see what happens. Never, he's so agile. He just flew through a wall. Never mind. He's not as agile as I thought he was. Okay, so that is probably this island here. All right. You know, we'll bind here just because this is a place we've had to come. And it does like to make us go back, so we'll just bind here. Actually, I'm really happy right now. Like, Warbeard's Guardian armor looks so cool. I died all of the... I got that, like, the Dragon Quest Walk event armor. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Astrology armor, to be honest with you. But anyway, I, like, dyed it all, like, gunmetal gray, and then I dyed, like, the cloth parts this, like, really dark purple. It looks super cool. So that's, like, my whole thing now. And then, what did I do with the... Oh, yeah, and then I ended up, like, farming this enemy to get, like, a specific shield to kind of match the armor. And I was like, now he actually looks rad. Whereas before it was just, like, a generic, like... Yeah, it was an event quest armor, but it was still pretty generic. Talk to Mother Leon. There's another book. Which number is this? Okay, so now I know where 3 of them are. So, like I said, if... I'll read them, and if it turns out they're interesting, I'll, like... do it on, like, maybe the next time we stream this. We'll just kind of read it real quick and see what it's about. Mother... Oh, treasure. There's so much treasure here. Did you come all the way here looking for a woman named Lyriel to deliver a package? Is your name Belcrum? How did you know? I knew it. Lyriel was my name before I became a sister. Thank you for coming all this way. Now, will you show me the package? I was in a hurry. Sorry, I was in a hurry to see if it was from him. This is a rainbow agate pendant. I see. So this is from my father. You remembered how I told him I wanted matching pendants with my mother. Thank you, Belcrum. Please tell my father that I'll cherish it forever. I thought I'd never hear from him again. But to think that he still remembers, you're his kid. I thought he just cut me out of his life. Relationships are a strange thing, aren't they? The same with you and probably Shay. If you came from my father's, that means you must have already met with Shay and gotten the flowers, right? No? No idea what you're talking about. You haven't seen Shay yet? Did you get what they entrusted to my father? What? He didn't get it. And again, my father may have forgotten all about it. Welcome. I'm the person who spent the most time... Oh, it's my sister. I forgot that's what I named her. The most... I literally did, because we haven't talked about her since the prologue. The most time with your sibling while they were still here. I never thought you'd get here before them, but yet. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you a story of our lives. 60 years ago, they became a first-rate alchemist and was asked by a priestess in a Thane village to make a certain flower. The priestess warned them that making those flowers was dangerous. They left the island in hopes that we wouldn't be in any danger. She told me everything, and I knew it would take an immense amount of effort to create those flowers. I sold the house in Nalbia my father gave to Shay, and we left the island to make ends meet and continue our research. It was so sudden, but I had to do it without telling him. I didn't want to put him in danger. Okay, this guy has a thing on his forehead, yeah. As we continued researching the flowers, a man with a strange mark on his forehead came after us, just as the priestess predicted. We had to keep moving from place to place, but the man was very persistent and vindictive. Shay decided that they didn't want me involved any further, so they left me here for safety and went off on their own. I really wanted to stay with them, but with the desperate look on their face, I had no choice but to promise to stay here. Since then, I wished them well and made sure they had all the research I'd done on those flowers. And one day, about 10 years ago, I received a letter from Shay. The letter said that they successfully created the flower, that it was sent to my father. They must be waiting for you. When you go back to my father, can you ask if you received anything from them? And please tell my father that I apologize for selling the house in Nalbia without asking and leaving the island without telling him. Well, there you go. See, she still loves you. She just wanted to protect you. It's all good. So once I saw some stairs over here, and I just want to see what's down them. It could be even more treasure. Oh, never mind. It's a different zone. Whatever. Oh, sorry. It's been a long day. It's been a long week, to be honest. All right, let's go back to... Actually, one sec. Well, it's too late now. We already called scales. You know, I'm starting to like the cool fur wraparound a little bit better. I'm going to swap over to that. Oh, okay, just white. I was like, will it teleport me right off of his back? But yeah, no. Yeah, it looks slightly cooler. Oh, never mind. Excuse me. I got to meet Lyriel. You got to meet Lyriel. I can't believe it. Thanks, Balcrum. Now, tell me more detail. Lyriel changed their name to Mother Leone. Is now living in a monastery on Maid Island. I didn't know she was in a convent. But I'm glad she was pleased with the Rainbow Gite pendant. I made her miss her mother. I just wanted to fulfill my dreams of having a pendant. I just wanted to fulfill her dream of having a pendant just like her mother's. It was Lyriel who sold the house in Albia, wasn't it? Well, I had a feeling that was the case, but I don't mind now. So what happened to Shay? What? I didn't give you what she entrusted to me. So you can't see her. Ah, are you talking about that thing? I got a letter from Shay once, a long time ago. I glanced at it and left it alone. I let it go because it had some kind of request written on it. Even though she'd left on her own accord. Well, did I find something like a true gem in there? Sorry, I'm sure I didn't throw it away. But I don't know where it went. So I'll look for it. In the meantime, please accept my thanks. Seed of Resilience. Perfect. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure to look for whatever she sent. So don't worry and wait for me. Just go for a walk and wait for me. There's a defunct village on the south side of the island. Maybe you can kill some time. Scales. That was weird. Well, I will say this, because Lindurzia has like some really crazy like layouts. Having the dragon makes it a heck of a lot easier to get around everything. Let's go to the theme village. Let's see what old Hannah's saying. What am I doing? It was true. A true gem. I'm looking for a wind pearl. I want a wind pearl. Go find a wind pearl, Oni-chan. Happy pig. Wind pearl. Someone on this island has it. Good luck finding it. Puke. Maybe it is just saying puke. I don't know. I received the quest. Gift from the past. Did they literally make me come here to go get it from him to bring it back? This game has really good quests, but every now and again they pull this, and I'm like, don't do that. You have so many cool ideas. You don't need to do what normal MMOs do. You're Dragon Quest 10. You're the best one. You're too good for that kind of tomfoolery. I need some... Where's my Dolphin? Welcome, you've come to the right place. Sorry to keep you waiting. Been a bit preoccupied and neglected. But I found the letter from Shay. It says to give it to you. Oh no, I'm so glad I didn't throw it away. Come on, take it. This is the wind pearl she entrusted to me. Wind pearl, upon closer inspection, appears to have been created by a rather sophisticated alchemical process. Shay is the one who made it. She's even better than I thought. I'm looking forward to meeting her again. I remember there was a suspicious-looking guy after her. Wonder if Shay will be okay. I'm sure she'll be good. All right, Scales, we gotta fly out and turn back around again. I wonder if you can see like other people riding their dragons around. I don't know. Maybe you can. I always have my character in streaming mode. Even Warbeard, a lot of the time, like I'll forget to turn it off, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's like nobody around. Because like I leave it on Warbeard in case I need to pop onto him, like when I'm doing something on Belcrum, and then sometimes I just forget to turn it off. And then I'll like try to meet up with somebody. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't see anybody, and I have to like flip it off real quick. Puke, who brought Wind Pearl? I want it so much. Wind Pearl, give it to me, Puke. Maybe it's Oink. Maybe it's saying Oink. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Aha. Remember everything. Whoever brought the Wind Pearl, I'll take him to the flowers. I promised Shay that I would. Hey boy, come to a place called Lazia Wind Cave. Southeast of this island on a flying dragon. I'll fly there right away. Wait for me at the rock door of Lazia Wind Cave. Puke. Maybe it's Oink. I'm gonna say Oink. I'm gonna say Puke. I don't care. Maybe he's saying Puke. He's allowed to do that. All right, Scales, this is it for a little bit, buddy. Get back on you again. Feel bad for him. He's like off, dude. He's like, this guy just keeps calling me every 5 seconds. Just to fly 10 feet, and then he calls me again. You know what? He's honestly, he's a baby. He doesn't have that much to do. Okay, the Wind Cave. Well, first of all, we need to ascertain where south is. Let's see. Zia Wind Cave. There we go. Almost landed on that boy. Let's we'll set up a zoom stone here just in case. I always get suspicious when there's a zoom stone right side of a quest location, because I'm like, there's probably going to be a boss. They're pretty kind about leaving these close by. Brother's here. This is the research lab. I'll open the door. Oink. It is Oink. He wasn't saying Puke. Damn it. Why did the game trick me? I knew it was probably saying Oink. Oh well. Wind Pearl, snort, snort, Oink. I love these pigs so much. This is the monster. I've never actually shown the monster on stream. That's the type of monster that I did the, my first, like, monster in this game was one of these guys. Because they're so cool. And they're basically a sage, so it's like a damaging healer, and I'm all about that. It's open. Follow me. And you can see that beautiful flower on Hana's hat is like the one that my sister made me. So my sister probably made that hat. Or the entire monster. Who knows? Looky here, Oink. This is the lab where the flowers were alchemized. I promised to bring you here, Oink. Wonder why I was saying Puke before. Sometimes it's like weird the way it catches things, but... Flowers for you. Follow me, Oink. What have we here? Oh, shit. It's the deck collector? Hey, thanks for leading the way. I knew you were searching for Athene's alchemist, so I thought I'd follow you. I've been searching for the person who created those flowers for years. And look, I finally find their lab. You know, how could a flower that only blooms in that one cave bloom in a place like this? I knew that girl was something else. Well, too bad for you. As a sorcerer myself, I cannot allow any TENS flowers to exist. They all must be destroyed. Oh no, it's that boy again. Well, it's a different of him. I, the great sorcerer Beelzebub, will burn these flowers until there's nothing but ash. Hannah, please. Be okay though, because like you're my friend. Oh, no, it killed her. Or him. Please protect precious flowers. No one is getting any TENS flowers. If you get in my way, I'll burn you to ash too. We'll do strong. We got a bind point right outside. No, I was gonna do it. Okay, maybe we should switch from having two minstrels. I don't think that stacks. Actually does like a good little bit of damage there. Let's pop her up. Oh, that's not ideal. Everything's missing him. Can you resist ice? Impossible. Forgive me, great demon king Medethagora. Just like my brother, I'm dead. No, his hula hoop disappeared. That was scary. Oink. I'm fine. Alchemy made me super strong. Come over here. Oink. Here's the alchemy pot. Look inside, Oink. Oh, okay. Flowers for you, Oink. A shiny TENS flower. I'm not doing any more Oinks. The Athene village priestess told how to make this flower, full of sacred power. It can break the Galapagos curse. Oink. To alchemize this flower, your sister traveled the world to find somewhere just like the old spring. This place is just the same. I'll give you this shiny TENS flower. Oink. That's cool. I'm supposed to return this alchemy pot to Mr. Asso. Oink. I'll go deliver it now. After you read the letter, please come to Athene Village. I love her. And there's a letter for me. Your Belcrum. I was finally able to alchemize a shining tens flower. You need this, don't you? Ever since we were separated that day, I wondered if it was okay to live so alone, why I came to this time period. When Abba told me that you were alive, I knew what my mission was, and I understood why I came to this time period. My mission was to alchemize a stronger tens flower. It took me years, even decades, to perfect it. I've always been a bit lazy, but thanks to everyone around me helping, I was able to do it. I heard that you're on a great mission of your own. If my alchemy helps you even just a little, it's good enough for me. I really wanted to hand it to you myself, but I'm sorry, I don't have time. But I will say this, good luck on your big mission. That's nice. We at least know she's out there. We haven't they've kind of mentioned her like in passing, but this is the first time we actually heard anything about her. Just a moment, sorry about that. I feel like Belcrum's not getting any better playing that horn. It sounds exactly the same every time. Alright, back to the island. One sec, sorry. I've never, like, actually gone over, like, what's this swirl about? It's not showing up, it's pushing me away. Okay, so that's probably something, like, way later in the game, then. Oh, and then that's all trades over there. Okay. In village. I've Shining Tens flower for Oni-chan and delivered the alchemy pot to Iso-chan. San. All my work is done. Oink. Thanks for keeping me busy. I can thank you for that. Oink. Flip flap. There we go. Brother, do it to the Shining Tens flower. Give the Shining Tens flower to the Galapagod. Brothers roll. Oink. Sure, I'm doing my best, but the pig's a little messed up. They're remembering the past, and it's so lovely. Hannah, job done, is now having a well-deserved nap. He's like, there's that pot that I didn't have for 60 years, but it's back. And the flowers are still okay forevermore. Beautiful. All right, let's go see the Galapagos. I'm going to be ending in a few minutes. I'm not going to go too much longer because I do know that the next part is long. And I do not have the time for that today, so we'll call her there. I knew today was going to be a bit of a shorter stream because, like I said, I had a very late dinner and I try to wait a little bit after dinner before I stream because, like I said, with my stomach being a bitch to me all the time, I get indigestion really easily and I don't feel like hiccuping constantly when I'm trying to talk. Welcome back, Belcrum. It appears that you've managed to find a Tens flower. Here you go, Galapagos! Oh, what a beautiful sight. It seems to be no ordinary Tens flower. In that case, then surely. Quickly, give the flower to the Galapagos. I love that he's called the Galapagos. Whoever did the translation on that is the best person that's ever existed. Although maybe it is Galapagos in the Japanese, I don't know. But whoever chose that name, if that wasn't the original, is amazing. See, I feel like a winged horse is less cool than a rad turtle. Like, he's okay, but, like, Galapagos way cooler than Pegasus. Welcome of the theme. My name is Falchion. I have been watching over you for quite some time, ally of the hero. You and your sibling have been able to restore me to my true form. For that, I am eternally grateful. They had spent their life trying to bring back the Tens flowers after they were all burned to ash that fateful day. Is it time for you to return to your true form? I'll give you back the body that I've been safekeeping. Oh shit, Claus was our best friend and also our best friend anyways. If I'm remembering right though, the Galapagos saved like 5 or more souls at the beginning, so I wonder who else got saved. Thank you. The hero is waiting. You'll need my power against the great Demon King. I'll now go to the hero. Belcrum, you must also come at once. Bye, Falchion. You're alright, but I like the Galapagos better. Like, imagine if the hero rode around on a, like, giant turtle. That's so cool. But a Pegasus, like, every hero has a Pegasus. Belcrum, you remember me, right? It's me, Shini, Abba's grandson. Not really sure if I can say long time no see. I'm sorry that I kept this a secret for so long. Claus is my other form that came back to life, just like you did. Because of this, I too have ended up bearing a strange destiny. On that day, the 3 of us set out to save the village. We're given a great mission. After all this is over, I hope the 3 of us can laugh together again like the good old days. I have my body back now. There's still something I must do as Claws. I can't reveal my true mission just yet. You must fulfill yours by defeating the great Demon King with the hero. Welcome, follow fashion to Grand Zadora Castle. She's like, oh, I wish I had a Pegasus. What is that? It's coming this way. It's a Pegasus. I like Ann Lucia, though. I think she's a really good character. Lucia the hero, it's an honor to finally meet you. You're the legendary. My name is Falchion. It was through the efforts of your trusted ally that I was able to regain my strength. Voice, where have I? That's right, when Tom and I were fighting against Zeldrad. You were the one who saved me, weren't you? I put you through much hardship. If I had all my power, I would not have allowed you to fall into that false world. But now the time has come. I pledge to use my power for the sake of the hero to defeat the great Demon King. Come, hero, and ride with me. We must go to the Demon Palace where the great Demon King awaits. Thank you, Palcrum. I had no doubt in my mind you would find the Pegasus. It's time to settle the score with the great Demon King. Go ahead with Falchion. As my ally, I'll need your aid in this battle too. Solaria Canyon has been turned into a twisted land by his evil hand. You must go there to get inside the Demon Palace. Whoa, buddy, come on. She's not used to riding you yet. Guess I'll go there too. We're gonna end in about a minute. We're just gonna... I feel like a good spot to end it is we'll end it like right when we get into the Demon King's palace. Because that's what we've been working towards this whole stream. So like I feel like we need to at least do that. Alright, we should still have the shortcut because we did all the puzzles last time. I really like the music in this place too, it's rad. You just come in, like the little flute goes off and then it gets spooky. Good way to start it. Alright, Pegasus, I believe in you. Hero? Hero, you must break through this barrier if you want to enter the palace. Let me take care of it. I'll break through this barrier. Do it, Falchion. I believe in you. Wait there, Belcrum. We'll break through the barrier. Hold on to me tight. Oh my god, his horn's gonna pierce the very heavens. He just charges into it. And Lucia, believe in yourself. He does have good taste in castles, though. It looks really neat. Chained up to the very skies. We did it. Now we can get inside. Barry's power was too strong to be able to remove it entirely. I shall stay here. I'll make certain that the broken barrier does not reform. Leave everything to us, Falchion. It's time to put an end to this. Let's go. With that, that's what we're gonna leave it for today. I'm gonna cliffhang it. I'm gonna cliffhang it like a big jerk. So anyway, that's what we're gonna leave it for today, just because like the Demon King's castle, I remember it took like a long time. So we'll get to it the next time I stream Dragon Quest X. So that's gonna be it for me this week. Next week we're gonna get back to the normal schedule again.